Hi, I'm house sitting in Mexico all of December, so I thought I would come on and let you know what it was like flying down here and what it's like in this small town in Mexico that is under a little bit of restriction. Also, make sure that you stick around to the end of the video. If you're interested in getting started house sitting, the new house sitter bundle is on sale, and I'll tell you about that at the end. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a year-round house sitter. I am the creator of House Sitter School, and I help Black women take a sabbatical to travel on a budget. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and make sure that you turn on notifications, ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified when I post a new video. Welcome. All right, so I have been house sitting outside of Lake Chapala, Mexico the whole month of December. Today is my last full day of this house sit. I thought I was maybe going to do a day in the life of a house sitter video. I didn't do that. So I did do a day in the life of a house sitter video from when I house sat in Ajijic, which is like a couple minutes away. That video is up there. You can click up here to watch that one. But this was kind of like that, you know. So 2 dogs, 1 person, very similar days. So you can just watch that if you feel like you missed out on what life was like for me here in December. I flew down here the Sunday after Thanksgiving. It was a super crowded flight, or 2 flights. My flight from Baltimore to Dallas and my flight from Dallas to Guadalajara were both jam-packed, overbooked. So if you were concerned about flying during COVID times, maybe look for an airline that doesn't book every seat like American Airlines does. But I made it down here with no problems. When I came in, Guadalajara Airport was not requiring any kind of COVID test or even taking my temperature for me to get in the country. The doors were just wide open. That has changed back and forth. Rashida flew down here a little earlier, and she had to, at least they took her temperature at the airport. I don't know if they did anything else. So things change daily, but for the most part, Mexico is letting us in still. Getting down here was no problem. The hardest part for me was actually getting my passport renewed so that I could come down. My passport expired in May. I didn't want to mail my passport in March or April to get it renewed because offices were shut down and I didn't want it to just be nowhere. So I ended up getting an appointment at the passport agency in New York and getting my passport in a day. I've done that. That's actually the second time. Both times that I got my passport, I've done it that way. It's more expensive, but at least you know it's not stuck in the mail somewhere. But other than that, no problem flying, except that, you know, you have to have a mask with no valve on it. Both of the airports were full. Both of the airports had a lot of their restaurants closed, and so there was less places, less space for all of the people, you know. So it was just really a crowded situation from beginning to end. I landed down here Sunday night. Both the homeowner and I were still here. Sometimes I come to a house sit after they've already left, but this time I arrived a full day before she left. I got here late Sunday night. I drove her to the airport early Tuesday morning. I tried to stay away. We both kept our masks on when we were in the house, and she took me to the stores and stuff. She drove me around town, which is something that a lot of house sitting clients do when you get to their town. Even if you've been there before, they drive you around and show you things. So we were in close quarters in the car. Sorry, the dog can ring the little gate doorbell thing. So I'm house sitting 2 dogs, Sophie and Kojo. So anyway, we did have a little bit of, you know, contact like with each other, more than I would want. Sophie. But during COVID times, I expect a lot of my house sitting clients to want to already be gone before I come, you know, have the key in a lockbox or something, and we don't have to cross paths with each other. I'm totally fine with that. Here in the Lake Chapala area, a lot of the restaurants are open air or have like a partial roof only. And the rule seems to be, as long as the restaurant isn't fully enclosed, you can still open for business at normal capacity, it looks like, because it doesn't look like tables have been moved or blocked off. So food is still happening, but one of my favorite restaurants did close, like completely close, El Fogón de Charlotte. They do a brick oven, it's a brick oven restaurant, you know, really good pizza and other stuff too. I don't know if they're closed for good or just, you know, waiting things out. So some things are closed, some things are open. Of course, I got here during Christmas shopping season. Walmart, all the grocery stores are in full swing. Yeah, there weren't a whole lot of changes, except that you can see that more people are getting food delivered, which is kind of a new thing here. This region is really popular with senior citizens, with retirees, and so food delivery is kind of new to some people down here. Other than that, things are pretty much business as usual. Some of the snowbirds from Canada and the US have not come down this winter, so it's a little less crowded, but it's still full. When I say less crowded, I mean still crowded, just not as crowded. Because this area, the Lake Chapala area, is very popular with people from Guadalajara who want to come down and have a getaway, either a second home or a vacation, vacation spot. So there's still a lot of people here. But people are wearing their masks, and, like in front of stores, there are stations for people to take your temperature, like Walmart. I went to a couple of different places where before you go in, they take your temperature. So they're doing that down here. The dogs and I have just been chilling. 30 days went by so quickly. We haven't done a whole lot of fun stuff. I thought that I would take them out to the Malecon, to the pier. I haven't taken them there. We've just been hanging out around the house and going for walks. They have a dog walker, and then on the days that she doesn't come, I walk them around or drive them around in the golf cart, which they love. They love it when I drive them in the golf cart and then pull up to like a place where they can get out and run. That's their favorite thing. Okay, so I'm house sitting during COVID. Does that mean house sitting is business as usual? House sitting is a little different right now. Still, most people are house sitting domestically. Most people are house sitting in the country where they are. A lot of house sitters are not leaving their country because you never know what the borders are going to do. You get out, maybe you can't get back in, or maybe you get halfway out and can't get all the way to your destination. I did find when I was trying to book other house sits down here that for the first time, people were telling me, no, I don't want to book a house sitter who's not already in Mexico. So I would apply for a house sit and say, I'm already booked for the whole month of December. I'd like to do your house sit in November. That way I can just come early. And for the first time, I got back-to-back no's. I got 3 no's in a row, which doesn't happen to me anymore. Now that I've got these amazing 5-star reviews, I don't get a whole lot of no's from people. But they said, we'd prefer to get a house sitter who's already in Mexico, which I totally understand. But I've been on Trusted House Sitters almost daily, and there are still house sits all over the U.S. So if you're in the U.S. and you want to go somewhere for a weekend getaway this winter, that's still happening. You need to figure out what your state's restrictions are and the restrictions in the state that you're going to, because there are a ton of house sits in California, and I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to enter the state of California right now, and their hospitals and their healthcare facilities are overloaded. So you need to be mindful of the situation. But house sitting is still happening. It's just mostly domestic right now. I am seeing already some spring house sits pop up. Some people are being optimistic about their ability to travel in the spring. And so that'll mean that they'll need house sitters to come in and house sit for them in the spring. And then don't forget, as a house sitter, you can always book word of mouth house sits. The house sitting client that I'm house sitting for right now said to me, do you want someone to house sit for in January? I can look around. I can tell people that you're here. I was actually like, let me get back to you, because half of me wants to stick around here and house sit where I know I can get free accommodation, and it's 75 degrees and things are lovely, and I know where all the restaurants are and all the places that I want to go to. And half of me wants to go to La Paz, which is the beach. So I was like, don't go out of your way, but if something pops up, let me know. Like I said, people are still moving around within Mexico. People are still moving within Mexico. So people who live here in Lake Chapala are still taking, a couple of weeks to go to the beach or a month at the beach. That's still happening. So people will still need house sitters. It's just business is not as booming as it once was and as it will be. I appreciate word of mouth house sits. I appreciate it when my clients refer me to other people to house sit for them. But I'll say this to you as a potential new house sitter. I only book word of mouth house sits if they have been in their home, right? So I don't take referrals from people if you have not been in the home of the person that you're trying to refer me to, or if I can't get to their home and check it out before I go, or, get pictures. That's why Trusted House Sitters is so wonderful. You've got pictures, you've got reviews right there on the site. Trusted House Sitters is still where I book half of my house sits. Again, those house sits are unpaid, but you have trusted house sitters behind you saying, you know, we've done this reference check. They reference check the house sitter and the client and background check, and you can see what you're getting yourself into, right? You see pictures of the home, you can ask for anything you need. Speaking of trusted house sitters, this is a wonderful time for you to join Trusted House Sitters and start getting your free accommodation on. I have put together the new house sitter bundle for New Year 2021. If you're watching this after 2021, New Year's weekend or New Year's week or whatever, sorry, you missed it. But if you're watching it real time because you're part of Notification Gang, hey gang, good news. The new house sitter bundle comes in 3 parts, all right? So you get 40% off of an annual membership for Trusted House Sitters, which is a big percent. 40% is a lot. You're saving $50 on an annual membership to Trusted House Sitters, which gives you a year of free accommodation for as many house sits as you can book. You're getting House Sitter School, which walks you through the steps of filling out your profile, applying for, and getting approved for your very first house sit. And you're getting one-on-one time with me. You're getting a call with me where we can talk about house sitting. I can answer your questions, and I can answer any questions that you have about sabbaticals or moving abroad. If you want someone to talk things out with, make sure that you're not missing any serious parts of your plan, or if you're in the very beginning stages and you just want to make sure, like, is there a way that I can make this plan work for me? Is there a way that I can make this dream a reality for me? Holler at me, okay? So this is the new house sitter bundle. It's on sale December 30th through January 1st. $57. Again, for $57, something just flew in my face. Again, for $57, you're getting $50 off of your Trusted House Sitters annual membership. You're getting House Sitter School, and you're getting a one-on-one call with me. If you're a house sitting client, like if you don't want to start house sitting, you want the Trusted House Sitters discount so that you can become a house sitting client and bring in house sitters so you can travel and keep your home, your plants, your pets thriving while you're gone. Email me. I can still give you that code for the discount, okay? My email is stephanie@vicarious.com, okay? So if you don't want the bundle because you're not going to be house sitting, you just want to bring in a house sitter, this discount is for you too, okay? Also, Trusted House Sitters has a combined membership. So if you want to bring in a house sitter and be a house sitter, boom, you get 40% off of your annual membership as well. All right, so that's what's going on with me. I'm leaving my house sit tomorrow. I'll be hanging out in Guadalajara. Stick around on my channel on Saturday. We're going live talking about growing a coaching business on YouTube, about getting coaching clients on YouTube. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. Happy New Year, guys. 2021, we made it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hi, I'm spending all of December house sitting in Mexico.